Okay. So yesterday we finished up with ancient Greece. We are going to move on to ancient Rome today. We're going to start with the video for ancient Rome, and then we're going to do an activity with some readings and some information about the daily life in ancient Rome. I don't think it'll take us super duper long, so let's go ahead and get started. Yes, this is for a grade today. So. No, but you need to follow along and make sure you get most of it done. Okay. It's one of the singing videos. So we're going to watch it first, and then I think I watched it a while ago, but it's been a while. No. Okay, this is going to be my last warning for the people in class. There needs to be a lot less talking over when I'm trying to talk, and then all you guys do is talk over me. Last warning. So, we're going to watch this video first. Those of you online, it might be a little loud. I would turn your headphones down if you're on headphones. We're going to get going in 3, 2, 1.
Romulus, Remus, Romulus, Remus, I'm one who commands, ruling all provinces in my empire. Build aqueducts and say my name's Augustus. It's the Pax Romana.
Now, walk into the forum through the arch made of marble rock. Grand Uncle Caesar joined up with Cleopatra. If he hadn't died on the Ides, he'd see me and he'd say, man, that's how I beat Pompey. Armies are obeying me, goods are moving really free. Government's efficient and there's Pax, Latin word for peace. No more of these Punic wars fighting over Sicily. Hannibal crossed the Alps, still Carthage couldn't beat. And Hannibal had elephants. We were a republic, a government run by elected ones who we call representatives. The branch is called the Senate, is controlled by nobles called patricians, but the poor were citizens and workers were called plebeians who chose the citizens' assembly. My name's on the calendar. My name's on the calendar. No, for real, look at August. My name's on the calendar. We got concrete to build arch bridges. We got baths where you read and talk business. Build the Colosseum, fill the Colosseum. Get some gladiators, let the lions eat them. You know the Roman Empire's growing. Got to keep the conquer people from revolting. All of them should know the laws, plebeians and slaves. You'll see them in the forum and say, they're the 12 tables.
I'm one who commands, ruling all provinces in my empire. Build aqueducts and say my name's Augustus. It's the Pax Romana. I'm one who commands, ruling all provinces in my empire. Build aqueducts and say my name's Augustus. It's the Pax Romana.
7 hills help protect us from invasion. Fertile farmlands in the plains of Latium. Volcanoes, they sometimes erupt like Mount Vesuvius. Pompeii was sad, but their soil's rich. The Italian peninsula's on Mediterranean trade routes. You'll see that it's shaped like a boot. My non-citizen soldiers still defend us. Every 5 years we count the people with the census. Your servants, your slaves, your brothers, your babies. We're gonna take a census, so get ready, cause we're counting up the numbers. We do it every 5 years, counting up the numbers. So register, because we're counting up the numbers. People are like, oh, you're adopted by Caesar. I'm like, careful, you're talking to an emperor. Caesar was no emperor, he got murdered by senators. At most he was a dictator with only a dictatorship. He gave land to his soldiers to appease them. He had to hand free grain to his citizens. Yeah, he governed Gaul. He crossed the Rubicon to start a civil war, but I've defeated generals. Why'd he make citizens of those not born in Rome? Maybe he was scared there'd be a plebeian revolt. Plebeian revolt. Hey, Caesar, were you reading Livy's books too much? Yeah.
I'm one who commands, ruling all provinces in my empire. Build aqueducts and say my name's Augustus. It's the Pax Romana. I wear a laurel and robe. It's called the toga, though. I build those Roman roads, and your taxes pay for those. Bad news for you, consuls, who made new laws for Rome. All those I can veto. The Republic stays our throne. I'm one who commands, ruling all provinces in my empire. Build aqueducts and say my name's Augustus. It's the Pax Romana.
Is that a bed sheet you're wearing?
How's it not over? You couldn't hear it. It said it really quietly. It said, "Is that a bed sheet you're wearing?" Because they wore togas, which were basically sheets. Yes, we do like chicken nuggets. That's what was for lunch today. All right. So let's go ahead and focus back up and see. Let's just do our assignment. So all of the stuff that we had in that video, we will talk about, or most of it. So let me go ahead and present my screen. And we have a new assignment on Google Classroom to work on. There we go. Hopefully my connection doesn't give out. So under social studies, we should have a new assignment called Daily Life in Ancient Rome. We have a Google Slides. We're going to open that up, as well as the PDF, so that if you can copy and paste, you should be able to, I think. So yeah, let's have both of those open. And then we're going to do that thing where I read it to you guys and you answer questions. So this is a graded assignment. It's out of, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's out of 15 points. 15 out of 15. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get working on this. So we're going to zoom in pretty far. Let's start with 50. Let's go with 50. Okay, those of you here, voices need to be off, please. Thank you. We're going to start with number 1. So the first, what's it called? Article talks about daily life in Rome for women. So if you were a woman, it would be what your life is like in Rome. If you look at the Google slide, it's the yellow one on the left. Life for women. You are going to You do not need to write incomplete sentences on this one. You're not going to have enough room. So just bullet points on this. What are 2 details that you can record about life for women? So you're going to tell me 2 things about life for women in ancient Rome. And then you're also going to copy and paste a picture from the internet that shows us what life might have been like for a woman in ancient Rome. But I'm going to start by reading it to you guys, and then you will fill out that one section. What? What's your question? Because they didn't think that women were equal. Some people still don't. All right, I'm going to zoom in and start reading. So, daily life for women in ancient Rome. It says, an average Roman wife preferred to stay indoors at home. Here, she could spend her time taking care of her home, her children, and simple household chores like taking care of the garden or spinning wool into yarn to make articles of clothing. She would even pass these skills on to her daughters. It was her job to take care of her husband, children, and household, and if not for her, the home would have fallen apart. Unfortunately, though, women had very few rights in everyday society. In Rome's early history, a woman's husband maintained complete control over her life.
So the who, where, and when. Did you do this one already?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you get? Because I'm making sure
I didn't actually do it.
Oh.
If you type it into the second page, it turns green if you're correct.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what you had circled was right, though.
Was right? Okay.
I believe so, yeah. So, unfortunately, though, women had very few rights in everyday society. In Rome's early history, a woman's husband maintained complete control over her life. In fact, women could not even make a simple suggestion to her husband. In this time, it would have been absurd to think that a woman could vote or participate in government, as these were both restricted from her. As Rome evolved into an empire, however, things slowly started to change. While they still had very few political freedoms, like government freedoms, women were allowed to speak more openly at home with their husbands, and while it was still rare, it became more common for women to own land, run businesses, and even to have their own slaves. And then this little thing on the side says, did you know that in Rome's early history, women were not allowed to drink wine? Interesting. A husband would kiss his wife's lips to see if they tasted sweet, which is what you would get if you drink wine. If they did, she could be severely beaten. So if she drank wine, she could get beaten. Yeah, that's not great, huh?
He was appropriately abused
So
by a man.
I'm going to give you guys, let's say, is 3 minutes enough time to get your 2 facts? Okay, you need 2 facts about what life would have been like for women. Please fill that out.
That's kind of sad.
On your own, fill it out, please. Less talk, more do. And then maybe Google a picture about women in ancient Rome. Yes, Yoshi.
Do we have to put the second number?
Yes, you need 2 details. So start with number 1 and then record number 2.
What they did?
Which is what life would have been like for them. Maybe you put your own words, but yeah. No, they don't have to be complete sentences. Just make sure you have 2 details.
And then after that, we're just gonna find a picture.
Yep, find a picture. Maybe Google ancient Rome people. I don't know, ancient Rome woman. Yeah, statues work. You're not gonna get actual pictures of them.
Oh man. It's so hard to get that video. So we go drinking and water while laughing. You can't. What? Wait, don't you have to make a text box?
No, you can just move it on top of that text box, probably. Like if you were to Google it, right?
Wait, how do you put it in? Wait, is it Greek or Roman?
I don't know. Is it Greek or Rome? Thank you. So if we get a pic, like take this picture of the women, right? Because they look like they're taking care of the kids. You would right click, or if you have a Chromebook, you use two fingers and you tap to right click, and you hit copy image. You go back to the Google Slides, right click anywhere and click paste, and then you can put it underneath.
I pushed paste and it made like as big as the whole slide.
Then make it smaller so that it fits. It doesn't have to be the same one that I did.
Oh,
I was just showing you guys how to get it over there. Okay. We'll do about one more minute and we're going to go do the next slide. No, I just need two facts. I don't care how you present them. I just need two facts.
Is that copy image now?
Yeah.
You have to do it already.
I was asking you for help, was I? That's so quick.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and read our second one, which I think is at school. So the next one is for school, so we need to look for the correct box. That's the pink one on the bottom. The bottom left is your life at school in ancient Rome. Again, you're going to find two details about what life was like at school and a picture of it. It's the same question for all of them, but just about different topics. So I'm going to read through this one. It says, schools did not exist in Rome's early history. However, this did not mean that children went untaught. Roman boys were often taught by their fathers the skills that they would need to be successful in life. These skills included hunting, proper manners, and basic reading and writing. Girls, like their siblings, were taught by their mothers how to cook, spin yarn, and make clothes. Especially, girls were prepared for their lives as homemakers. Once schools were created, only Roman boys and a small selection of girls could attend. All those who attended were sent to school at around the age of 6 or 7, but only boys would continue until their late teen years. Boys were taught how to read and write, as well as to study mathematics, politics, and public speaking. These subjects would prepare boys for government life, but school was very intimidating. Boys would often be whipped for making the slightest mistake. In general, girls did not go to school. Only the girls from the richest families could attend, and here they learned basic skills like reading and writing. For the vast majority of girls, education continued at home with their mother. As girls aged, they were taught how to play musical instruments, how to sew, and were instructed on how to properly run a kitchen. Then, this little fact here says, do you know that paper was too expensive to let Roman boys write on? In fact, they had to use a wax tablet until they proved that they were good enough at writing to use paper. So you didn't just get paper like we do. Okay.
I think like so common.
Yep. Yeah. So now, okay, those of you here are super close to losing privileges. Stop talking when I'm trying to teach. Skylar. You need to go back and answer the 1 and 2, or 2 facts about Roman life at school. And then find a picture that represents school in ancient Rome. Will you work on the assignment I've asked you to work on like 5 times?
Me?
Yes. Okay, a couple more minutes here. 2 facts about their daily life if they went to school or how schools happened in ancient Rome, and then see if you can find a picture of ancient Roman schools. They only need to do 1 picture. They probably didn't have desks. Yeah. You probably got whipped if you forgot it. Because that's technically making a mistake. You forgot something. And it says that boys were whipped if they made a mistake. So,
The slightest one, too.
yep,
All
even.
the bees.
Yep.
Nobody needs to know about your life.
I know. Well, I try to be nice to you guys.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, can we not right now, please?
I wonder what it'd be like to be a gladiator if I did one. I'm running away. Scared.
Okay, about 1 more minute on this one, and then we're going to look at our next one.
Hey, John, do you want us to like find the pictures later?
If you need to find the pictures after, that's fine.
Okay.
If you can do it in the time that I give you, awesome. If not, you can always find the pictures later. At this point, at least get the 2 facts written down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read our next one, which is
Daily life in Rome.
for fun. What do they do for fun?
Fun stuff.
That's up at the top, the pink one at the top. So again, you're going to record 2 details about what they did for fun and see if you can find a picture of one of the things that you said. So I'm going to read through it first. It says, Romans would do a variety of different things to have fun. As children, the Romans would play with toys that people still play with today, such as rattles, balls, and marbles. Roman children would also play with dolls, however, they would not be made out of plastic. Instead, dolls would have been made out of wood, wax, clay, or bronze. Plastic wasn't really a thing back then. A popular game that children would play was one where they had mice pull tiny carts and they would see which one was the fastest. So like a tiny chariot race. Into adult life, Romans entertained themselves by attending the gladiator games and chariot races. Most of these events took place in the Colosseum, which is still standing today, which was an outdoor stadium that could hold over 50,000 people. Here, gladiators fought to the death. Christians were fed to the lions, and circus shows entertained the crowds. So they straight up just fed people to lions.
Oh, wow.
The main attraction in Rome were these gladiator games. Here, famous fighters, often slaves or prisoners of war, would fight to the death. These shows were usually free since the emperors believed that it was a good way to keep people happy. Because we all would love to see people fight to the death.
Yeah, we do.
That was sarcasm, people. So let me read this quote. What is it? A fact right here. It says, "Have you ever thrown a ball with a friend? The Romans did that too, but I don't think it was the same. The Romans would make their balls out of a pig's bladder and wrapped around with leather. That's why it's called a pigskin. The football is called a pigskin based off of this.
Is that really how they made it?
Yeah, they used to make it out of, like, they would dry out pigs' bladders and form it into a ball so that they could throw it to each other. Okay,
Oh, that's nasty.
so go ahead and start filling out the 2 facts. I'm going to pull up a picture of the Colosseum so we can see what it looks like now.
So a football is like about thousands of years old.
Yeah. Not the game itself. So this is what the Colosseum looks like now. It's definitely not standing as perfectly as it used to. You can go visit it. You can go see different parts of it and go down into the depths of it, I think. I've never been. I'm going to try and go next summer. But, yeah.
I've seen this on my game or something.
Yeah, you might have seen it on a game. This is pretty easily replicated by video games. And it might be like a battle area for one of your games or whatever. I don't know.
No, it's
So-
it's not really a battle. It's just like that still.
Yeah. This is what it looks like on the inside.
Yeah, that's how it looks like.
If I do end up going to Rome over the summer, I'll send you pictures after. Oh, so you guys will be in 7th grade at that point, but I'll send you pictures somehow. If I go, I might not even get to go. They might still have everything closed down.
Well, Miss Jones, can you go for this Christmas? You be going for-
No, I'm not. No, everything's closed down. You can't travel in Europe right now, really. Yeah. So make sure you get your 2 facts here, please. Yes, what?
Okay, that's a doing anything. You know what? There's a place that hasn't had a coronavirus picture in 3 months. Yes. Not even one. What?
I don't remember where it is, but yeah.
No, important though. Miss Jones? In Hunger Games, they fight to the death.
They do fight to the death in Hunger Games.
I love
Yeah.
that movie.
Those are good movies. The books are really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't finished the movie. Bro.
I don't know how you-
I haven't finished the movie yet.
Okay, I'm gonna give you about 2 more minutes on this one, and then we'll read our next one.
I like the spot where they like just like she's on a tree and like they just like there are like a couple of guys.
Around a fire below her. Around a fire below her.
No, it's like a different girl and they kill her.
Yeah. Okay, make sure you're finishing the questions too, please.
I am. I'm done.
Okay. About 1 more minute.
Miss Jones, you want some more advice
Yeah.
You know, like all that's what happens, and this one thing is like mice all day.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Let's look that up.
Alex, take a seat. You're behind, I can tell. Get to work, please.
And people like that have probably the most weirdest statues ever.
All right. So it looks like most of you guys are finding your picture. So I'm going to wait about 1 more minute, let you guys get that picture, and then I will go for the next one. they would literally like put people that were like prisoners of war or slaves in the Colosseum and like have them fight lions. But that really just means that the lions killed them. So.
I would try to kill the lion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could try.
I would choke him.
Oh, have a sword and just right on.
All right. Okay. Focus up, please. Our next one is, what is the next one? What did they do? Oh, that says gods. I was like, does that say 9,005? It says gods. Yeah. So, when we talk about the gods in terms of ancient Rome, it's their religion. It's the people that they looked up to as their god. So this is their religion. These are their beliefs and stuff like that. So we're going to read about that. And that's the purple one down the bottom. And again, you're going to record 2 details about their religion, which is about their gods, basically. Skylar?
When I saw that, I thought it was 9,005.
Yeah, I thought it said 9,005 for a second, too. I was like, that's not a very good text. Like, anyway. It says gods. Yeah, like, I know. It's not a very good text, like font. But let's go ahead and read it. It says, religion played a central role in the daily lives of ancient Romans. The Romans, like the Greeks before them, turned to the gods to explain the natural world. 2, Romans believed that gods controlled every moment of their lives, which is why they spent a great deal of their day worshiping them. The Romans worshipped a variety of gods, with most being based off of the beliefs of their Greek ancestors. For example, Zeus, the supreme god of the Greeks, was named Jupiter to the Romans. Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and warfare, was translated to Minerva. The Roman god Neptune was the god of the sea, and that was equivalent to Greece's Poseidon. Each Roman god had their own temple, and each was celebrated on their own special holiday. At home, religion continued to play a central role to the Romans. Each home had a small altar where they kept household gods called lairs. Romans believed these spirits observed, protected, and influenced all that happened within the home. Therefore, it was important to spend time each day worshiping these gods. In fact, it is believed that most Romans thought it was more important to please their lairs than the public gods, such as Jupiter and Neptune. Yeah.
Now I know why their parents are not get along. Because that part were the city.
Yeah. Athena and Poseidon?
They were talking about, and the best was talking about their parents don't get along together.
Yep. So the gods that we talked about for ancient Greece are legitimately the same gods that the Romans worshipped. It's just translated into Roman instead of Greek language. So it's the same gods. They represent the same things. So Zeus is the same as Jupiter. So Zeus is the Greek god. Jupiter is the Roman god. But they're both the god of the sky. So same god, different names.
So they named the planet after
The planets are named after the Roman gods, yeah.
even Venus?
Venus is Artemis, I think. Sure, you can write that. Huh? Yeah, you guys can put a picture of the Roman gods for this one. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to work on this part. Yeah, and most of you guys get it done in that time when you focus, do it.
I like it. Can we do morning? What is it?
Yes, the planets are named after the gods, the Roman gods, except for Earth. Earth, yeah. No one is Earth. I said except for Earth. Earth is not named after a Roman god.
Oh, I thought you said Earth, not Earth.
Oh, no, Earth.
Not very good picture.
Okay, we'll do about 2 more minutes. You guys seem to be going pretty quickly through this, which is good.
There's not really good pictures. There's not. No, let me try. Like, they're not good. You look at them. I think it's right with it. Hey, look at this Aquaman.
Wait, can you see? Oh. I feel bad now.
You didn't find a picture of a Roman god?
No, they're like, there's not that good
So,
pictures on there.
Oh, let's see. They're all pictures of the gods.
I'm gonna get a picture of Aquaman.
I think any of them would work, honestly.
I got a cool picture of Aquaman.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and do the last one here. This one is about food. Can't go wrong with food. So, again, you're going to need to record 2 details about food and find a picture. So let me read it really quick. It says, to the Romans, what you ate each day depended largely on what class you were a member of. So like high class, middle class, low class, slave, like that sort of thing. But no matter what you ate, it was fairly common for Romans to have one main meal in the late afternoon from around 4 in the afternoon to 6 in the evening. Breakfast and lunch were typically very light, usually consisting of bread or fruit. If you were able to, if you were parts of the lower class, you could expect to eat mostly cereal grains, often spoiled or rancid, at each meal.
What?
You didn't eat very well. Grains that were spoiled. Gruel and porridge was also very common. Meat was far too expensive for the average Roman, so this luxury would have been a dream for a number of lower class people. Wealthy Romans enjoyed a life of extravagance. Their meals were filled with a variety of impressive items, and this was exactly their goal. The wealthy class enjoyed showing off their wealth to all who were around. Wheat pancakes and honey were a common breakfast meal, and lunches consisted of fine bread, cheese, and wine. Many options typically existed at evening meals. For example, there would be a variety of exotic meats, such as roasted peacock and ostriches, vegetables, herbs, and spices. So lower class people did not get to eat very good things. High class people ate lots of awesome things.
Oh my God.
And then it says in this little fact, did you know that wealthy Romans would have extravagant banquets that lasted for hours upon hours? What's really strange is that in order to continue eating, they would induce vomiting.
Oh, that's nice. What does that mean?
So they would throw up so that they could eat more.
That's good.
If they got too full, would throw up, would eat more instead.
That's me. That's literally me. That's when I eat too much and I throw it all up again.
Yeah, let's just like not.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Let's not talk about throwing up too much. So our last focus. The last thing you need to do is record 2 details about Roman food and then a picture of it, please. And once you're done, you can get that turned in. That is the assignment for the day. Just so make sure you finish up that Google slide.